So greetings of the day. So myself BS Shayeez Ahamed, working as assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning Department. So coming to today's lecture, I'm going to give a brief explanation about data types in Python programming. Data types in Python programming. Data types in Python. So before going to discuss about data types in Python programming, so first of all Python. So Python. So what is Python here? Python is a high-level programming language which is used to develop many types of website applications as well as games as well as mobile applications. Nowadays, Python is very much trending. If you take in our current scenario, many software people out of 100%, 60 to 70% people they are using Python programming. And related to some other, they are using Java, JavaScript, CSS. Like this, there are many types of programming language they are using. So coming to data types in Python programming language. So data types. So we will have different types of types which will be categorized into classification of items. So mainly in Python programming, we have 5 different types of data types. 5 different types of data types. So coming to these 5 different types of data types. So first one is numeric. First one it is called as numeric. Coming to second one is called as Boolean. And coming to third one, it is called as set. And fourth one is called as dictionary. And fifth one is called as sequence. So these are the main 5 data types which are used in Python programming. So coming to numeric it is again divided into 3 data types. So first one is integer, second one is float, and next one is complex. So coming to Boolean, we have 2 types of classes in Boolean. Set is one type of data type, dictionary is one more type of data type. Coming to sequence again it is divided into 3 different types. So first one is string, second one is list, and third one is tuple. So we'll discuss one by one. So coming to first one, numeric. Okay. So numeric is a data type which is used in Python programming language, where the data which is entered by a user or programming, it will be in the form of pure integer only. Okay. So pure integer. So coming to first one, that is integer. So integer is a type of data type which will take values either in the form of negative or positive. It will take whole real number. It will not take any decimals or imaginaries. So coming to float. Float is a data type which comes under numeric in Python programming, and float will take decimals. So for example, it will take 3.7 or 4.55. Like this type of inputs it will read. Whereas integer, it will take whole real numbers like 10, 20 or -5. Like this it will take. So whereas coming to complex. So complex is also one type of data type which is used in Python programming language, which comes under numeric, and complex is going to take combination of real as well as imaginary. It will take real as well as imaginary part. Okay. So for example, 2 plus 3j. Okay. So these are the 3 data types which will come under numeric. So okay, first one is integer, second one is float, third one is complex. So coming to integer is a type of data type which is used in Python programming. It will take only real numbers which will be either positive or negative. Whereas float, it will take data numbers in the form of either decimal, okay, and it will be in the represented as 3.7 or 4.5, like that. Many examples are there. Whereas if you go to complex will have combination of both real as well as imaginary. This is one of the example. Okay. Now how to read these inputs through a programming point of view. For example, a user wants to give an input. So first he needs to declare a variable. Assume the variable as a. So a is equals to. Now he wants to give an input in the form of integer. So he will give the type as int, and then input, then enter the value. Okay, so now if you see here, a is called as variable, equals to is an assignment operator, and int. This is a data type which comes under numeric. Okay, and then input will take in the form of string, and this is the string, enter the value. So whenever the user, when he executes this program, when he runs the program, automatically the interpreter will go to the execution mode and will ask us to enter the value. Here the value the user needs to give is totally, it should be in the form of real value only. So he will give enter the value. So he will give it as, for example, assume 7. Then 7 will be automatically stored in A. This is how a user is going to read input through a variable called as A using this type of syntax. Now, whether we want to know A is of type integer or not. For example, if you want to give float, what we will do, we will remove int and we will write float here. What we will do, we will write float here. Then the user, whatever the value he is giving, it will be considered into float. Assume he has given 7. But if you take 7, 7 is an real number. But the type which he has given here is float. So if you give 7, automatically the interpreter will convert it into float and the value will be stored as 7.0. Okay, this is how interpreter will consider when you are giving the inputs through a interpreter. So for example, now if you want to know whether A is of type integer or float, for this in Python programming we have a built-in function called as type. What it is called as? It is called as type. Now I want to check whether A is of which type. So if you see here, we have considered it as float. So what I will do, I will check type of A. Okay, I will give the syntax as type of A. So when you give the syntax as type of A, automatically what will happen when you press the enter button? So you will get the output as class float. So why it is considering as class float means here you have taken the integer data type as float, and automatically when you have given the value as 7 and it will be stored as 7.0. So that's why the output will get as class float. Like that, for any data type, not only numeric, boolean, set, dictionary, sequence and all this, if you want to check the type, you can use the function called as type function. Okay, what is the function you can use? You can use the function called as type function. Only thing you need to give is you need to pass the argument which is called as the variable name. So this is how numeric will work in Python programming. So that is called as boolean. What it is called as? It is called as boolean. So boolean is a data type which comes under Python programming language, and it has two built-in values. One is true, another one is false. It has two built-in values, that is one is true, another one is false. So whenever you are giving a true value, it will come under true, and whenever you are giving a false value, it will come under false. And the values are called as truthy as well as false. So very important point the users as well as programmers need to remember. So whenever you are mentioning the type, you need to mention the first character as T, that should be in uppercase. Similarly, the first character in false, F, that should be in uppercase. And for this, it is defined as the class bool. It is defined by the class bool. Okay. So for example, I will take one example. So I want to check. So true is of which type, false is of which type. So I will give it as type of true. Okay. And then type of false. And then one more example I will take, type of true. Okay, you can see both are same here. The only difference is here when you have defined this type, the T is capital letter, and you have defined this type, T is small letter. So when you execute these three commands, so for this the output will get as class bool. Okay, and when you execute this command, for this also you'll get the output as class bool. So you can observe in true T should be uppercase, in false F should be uppercase. For example, if you take this command, type of true you have given, so the word is called as true. When you read it in the form of different types of characters, it will be read as true only. But Boolean data type, it will take two built-in values, and that should be true and false, and T character which is starting, it should be uppercase. Here you can observe T is an lowercase character. So when you execute this command, you will get an error called as name error. Okay, you will get an error. So that's why this command will not be executed. And these two are the built-in values which comes under Boolean. Now moving on to the next one. So next one is called as set. So next data type is called as set. So set in Python programming comes under data structure as well as data type. So it is an built-in data type as well as it is an built-in data structure. So again, data structure, it will be considering different types of elements. So coming to the set can be called as collection of unordered items. So here set can be defined as collection of unordered items. So collection means a grouping of elements. So what is unordered? So unordered is nothing but when you are defining a set with some particular linear way, and when you are printing that set, the output will be in the form of unordered, and items are nothing but different types of data types. So set can be defined using curly braces. Okay, set can be defined using curly braces, and inside curly braces you need to keep the elements of different data types using comma. So for example, I will show you. So I will give 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma double quotes s comma and then single quotes 5 and then like this. Okay, so this is a set which I have defined. S is equals to 1 2 3 4 s and 5. You can see here we have mixed data types. We have integers as well as we have strings. So when you print this set, print of s you will give. Okay, so when you give print of s, what is the output you are expecting? You are expecting the same output 1 2 3 4 yes 5. But when you print this, the interpreter will not understand this linear way and it will print in the form of unordered. So you'll get the output as, for example, 5 and then 2 4 and then s and then 1. This is how the elements will be printed. So that's why set is called as collection of unordered items. And set can be represented in the form of curly braces, and the elements should be separated with the help of comma. And set you can use default method is also there, built-in method, that is called as set. SCT. So like this also you can define a set. For example, I have defined S is equals to set. So when you define like this, a set will be created, and when you are going to print S, so the output what you are getting is empty set. Okay, this is how a set will be created. So on set, we cannot do indexing in set because the elements are in unordered data type. So now moving on to the fourth data type, that is called as dictionary. What it is called? It is called as dictionary. Dictionary is also called as data structure as well as data type in Python programming. Dictionary also consists of collection of ordered items, and it will be having items in the form of pair, that is key as well as value. Okay, this is very important in dictionary, which comes under data type in Python programming. Every dictionary will have a pair of item. So that pair, how it can be represented is, it can be represented in the form of key as well as value. Okay, every dictionary when you are going to represent, again here we will use curly braces for dictionary also, and inside curly braces we are going to keep these pairs key value, and which will be separated by comma. Okay, so I will show you one simple example. So I will represent a dictionary. D is equals to, so curly braces, first I need to give the key. So for example, I have given 1. Okay, 1 I will give it as MITS. Okay, so this is 1, this is called as key, this is called as value, this together is called as pair. Okay, and then immediately I will give one more pair, that is 2 CSE. Okay, this is how a dictionary will be represented in Python programming, which will be having a pair, and that pair will be represented in the form of key as well as values. So very important thing you need to remember, these values which are there, they can be having duplicates also. Okay, they can be having duplicates also, but the keys which are there, they should not be duplicates. Okay, For example, if you have given 1 MITS, 2 CSE, and again if you want to give, okay, again if you want to give 1 data science, okay, so dictionary will be taken, but you will get an error. Only it will consider either 1 MITS or 1 DS. So what you need to do, you need to change the key. No duplicates will be allowed. You need to change it and you need to give 3 as key. You can give values as duplicates. Here you can give again MITS. Okay, again you can give MITS. So and for this, the class which is represented for this dictionary is class dict. Class dict. Okay, and similarly for data types, for dictionary data type, you can also use a built-in method. For how set we have used a built-in method is there to create dictionaries, that is DICT. Okay, if you want to create a dictionary, you can use a built-in method called as DICT. D is equals to DICT, and the arguments which you want to give in the form of pair key values can be passed here. For example, if you print this variable called as D, print D, okay, what you will get? You will get an empty dictionary. Similarly, if you want to check whether it is dictionary or not, you can use the type function, that is type of D. Okay, when you use this function type of D, automatically the output you will get as class dictionary. Okay, this is how dictionary will be represented in Python programming. Now moving on to the last one, last data type in Python programming, that is called as sequence. What it is called? It is called as sequence. Now sequence we can tell. Sequence is nothing but some items which are in a sequence way, in a continuous way, in a linear process way. So sequence is a data type which is having collection of items, and again sequence is having 3 different data types under it. So coming to the first one, it is called as string, and second one is called as list, and the third one is called as tuple. So coming to the string, string is nothing but string we are using in many programming languages. String is coming in C programming, string is coming in Java programming, it is coming in C++. It is quite common. Every programming language we are going to face string. So string is nothing but it can be defined as collection of characters, okay, or group of characters or set of characters. So make sure that in Python programming we don't have char data type, that is character data type is not there. We have only string data type which consists of Unicode characters. Okay, it consists of Unicode characters. But when you are defining a string in a Python programming, you can declare in the form of either single quote, or you can use double quotes, or you can use triple quotes also. Okay, so I will show you one simple example. So I have declared a variable called as S. S is equals to A. Okay, and then similarly I will use S1 is equals to double quotes A. Then I will take S2 is equals to triple quotes A. Okay, you can see this one, all are common only. Okay, all are common only. So only the variables are changing, S, S1, S2, but the value which you have assigned, all values are A only. This is the functionality which we will use in string under data types in Python programming. It is a combination of characters. You can use A, B, you can use A, B, C, you can use A. Here you can see combination of characters which are enclosed within single quote or double quote or triple quote. Now if you want, you can check the type of this value by using the type function. Again you can check type of S. Okay, type of S, automatically you should get a output as class str. Okay, similarly if you want to check for this, you need to know whether it is also string or not. So what you can do, you can give type of S1. So when you enter, same output you will get class str. Now you have doubt on this, we have given triple quotes whether it will work or not. Again what you need to do, again same thing, type of S2 you will give. When you press the enter button, again you will get the same output as class str. Okay, so now we have one more type of processing which we can do in string. So for example, we want to check only some specific set of items. Okay, for example, I have S is equals to MITS. I have S is equals to MITS. Now I want to access only I here. Okay, I need the output only as I. So for this we have we have a concept called as indexing. What it is called? It is called as indexing. Okay. So indexing in Python programming, it comes in two forms. One is positive indexing, another one is negative indexing. Okay. So if you want to access a particular element in a string, you can follow a concept called as indexing. Indexing, again, in Python programming, we have two types. One is positive indexing, other one is negative indexing. So positive indexing, it starts the index value with 0 and it will start from left side. From here it will start. The index value will be 0, 1, 2, 3. So whereas if you want to do negative indexing will start from left side. Okay, and it starts with negative value, that is -1. So -1, -2, -3, -4. This is how positive indexing as well as negative indexing can be done in Python programming in strings. So for example, now I want to access the particular element called as I. So how we will access? I will use the print statement, print s of, I will use the square bracket, then I can give either 1 or I can give print s of -3. Okay, so when I am giving s of 1, automatically the output which I will get is I. Okay, for example, instead of 1 I am giving -3. This is called as negative indexing. You will get the same output called as I only. Okay, so this is how indexing can be done in Python programming inside a data type called as string. We have both positive indexing as well as negative indexing. Only thing is, positive indexing will start with 0 and that too from right side. Negative indexing will start with -1, that too from back side, that is -1. Okay, so -1, -2, -3, -4 up to whatever the element is there, up to that it will continue. And this string can be defined with the class called as class str. Okay, so now moving on to the next one. In the sequence, we have next one, second one, that is called as list. What is this called as? This is called as list. So list is also a data type as well as data structure in Python programming language. So list can be defined as collection of ordered items. It can be defined as collection of ordered items. So here again, items are nothing but different data types you can take. You can take numerics, you can take boolean, you can take set, you can take dictionary, you can take strings also. Okay, so collection of ordered items. For set we have told collection of unordered items. So for example, so list, the definition of list can be called as collection of ordered items. So if you want to define a list in Python programming, you are going to use square brackets. Okay, you are going to use square brackets. So L is equals to square brackets. So when you print L, what is the output you are going to get? You will get an empty list. Okay, so because there are no elements present inside a list. For example, if you want to create a list, you can create L is equals to, within square brackets, you can use some numerics. So 1, comma, 1.2, comma, you can use boolean, true. Okay, you can use set also, 1, comma, 2, comma, 3, and then you can use strings also. Yeah. Okay, now you can see we have created a list which is having collection of ordered items, and these items are of different data types. It is integer, it is float, it is boolean, it is set, it is string. Okay, so when you print this list, again when you print this list, what will happen? You will get the output in the form of same. How you have defined? Same it will come. But for set it will not come in the same way, as set was an unordered collection of items. Okay, so in list you can add the elements, you can remove the elements, everything you can do. So we have different types of functions, built-in functions which are there in list we can do. We have append, we have insert, we have extend to adding. For removing we have pop, clear, many things are there. Okay, so that defaultly it will come under data structures. So for if you want to check the type of this list also, again you can use type of L. So what is the output you will get? You will get class list. Okay, the class list. So lists are mutable. You can add and you can remove also. So now moving on to the last data type which comes under sequence is tuple. What is that? Tuple. Tuple is also having same definition, that is collection of ordered items. Collection of ordered items. Okay. The only difference between list and tuple is list is mutable, whereas tuple is immutable. So immutable means once a tuple is created, we cannot add or remove elements. Okay. Whereas in list we can do that. But tuple, when you have created a tuple, you cannot add or remove the elements. So for example, if you want to create a tuple in Python programming language, so tuple can be created by using open braces as well as closed braces. So for example, t is equals to, like this if I am giving, then print of t, print of t. So what is the output I will get? I will get an empty tuple. What I will get? I will get an empty tuple. So for example, if you want to create a tuple with ordered items, so again I will take t is equals to, same thing for list how we have created, you can use multiple data types, 1 comma 2 comma, and then string you can take a, and then you can take list also. Okay, in list again you can take multiple data types also, 1 comma 2 comma, again a b, okay, then 1.5, then closing the list, and then you can take set also, 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, this is how you can create a tuple. As you can see, it is having multiple items of different data types. These two are integers, this is string, this is list, and then this is set. Okay, so when you print t, what is the output you will get? You will get the same output how you have defined. Similarly, you can check the type also. For that again we will use type of t. Again we will use type of t. When you give type of t, what is the output you will get? Class tuple. Okay, so class tuple you will get. So for string how we have done indexing, same thing we can follow up for list as well as tuple. We can do positive indexing as well as negative indexing. Only thing you need to remember is positive indexing which starts with 0, whereas negative indexing which starts with -1. So you can observe here, for example, if you take this list, how many elements are there? So for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many? 5 elements are there. It is not like that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is wrong. So this is a list. In this again we can do sub-indexing also. This is a set, in that also we can do sub-indexing. But if you take how many elements, we have only 5 elements, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you go with negative indexing, we have -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Okay. So now if you want to access this sub element inside this list, so for that you can use t of 3 of 0. So I will show you t of 3 of, for example, 0. If you give like this, so t is a variable of tuple, and then 3. 3 means it will go this, it will take this, and then inside 0. 0 means 1. So the output which you will get is 1. Okay. So like this we can do indexing in sequence data types, that is string, list as well as tuple. You can do positive indexing as well as negative indexing. So this is a brief introduction about different data types which are present in Python programming, and anywhere if you are going to use, these are the commonly used data types used in Python programming. So thank you one and all.